So yeah, about an hour after that, like it was just like pretty clear to me, Seth just being like, under no circumstance will I join the tyrant Roman. Um,
Right.
so I started veering that way. I'm like, okay, maybe Paul Heyman shows up with a Paul Heyman guy, quote unquote, um, at the event. Like I think we were both kind of thinking that was the way it was going to go, was at uh, Survivor
Yeah.
Series. We'd find out the member, but they did that this week here. Um, Paul or CM Punk makes sense to like defend Paul Heyman's honor or whatever, because like they
Mm,
had a segment in, I want to say July or something, where like Paul
you're
Heyman was
right.
like crawling all over him and
Hmm.
just like, take me with you, and just that whole thing. So it makes sense for CM Punk to defend his friend Paul Heyman. Um, but where I have like a theory on this, which I told you I ended up seeing other people have this theory as well. Basically, the way this ties in with Seth Rollins now. So CM Punk, to me, after doing some research, to me, he has as much gripe with Roman as he would with CM Punk. Like, there isn't
Right.
really too much added element from like the end of Punk's original WWE run of like 2013, 2014. They didn't have like a full fledged Roman feud versus CM Punk, or a full fledged Seth versus Punk feud. Um, so at this point, if you see Punk teaming up with a guy that he's supposed to have all these problems with, and they squash that beef, like maybe he uses that as like a deterrent, not a deterrent, what's the word? Something to like put kindling on a future Punk and Seth feud in a way.
Okay.
Just
I
to
see.
be like, okay, I was able to overcome my differences with this guy. Why are you still being so blah blah blah? Like, you even
It
had,
accelerates it.
yeah, there you go. It accelerates it, and he can be like, even the guy on the opposing side, Bronson Reed. This guy's supposed to be like your mortal enemy of the time or whatever, and you still couldn't get over your beef with Roman. Like, what is up with
Right.
you?
Yeah, that's true. And I feel like they brought CM Punk aboard not as a surprise, but to show that mistrust with the bloodline, right? I think we're going to see over the next week before Survivor Series, Roman Reigns and company go, can we trust this guy? Can we trust CM Punk? He ain't family. Well, Sammy ain't family. You know what I mean?
Right?
And maybe CM Punk, in some weird way, because he trusts his old pal Paul, will say, hey, if I can go toe to toe and trust Roman Reigns in a War Games match, then maybe, like you just said, maybe that will be like infuriating to Rollins. And Rollins will be like, nah, man, you got it all wrong. Reigns is still a tyrant. And just because you teamed up with him makes me hate you even more.
Yeah.